Alrighty. Hellos. Welcome to the videos. I forgot that I was in. Oh no, pom pom. I forgot I was on the train. I think it's because I did some Forgotten Hall. That's got to be it because I'm standing like right here. But yeah, we're not gonna do that right now. We are gonna continue the Anaxa POV, and I hope finally see the shot where he was walking in all dramatic with his arms out. Yeah, he just wants a hug, as the title says. He really just wants a hug. Will he get that hug? I don't know. I'm assuming he's going to get utterly gobsmacked. Or he's going to utterly gobsmack someone.
So they are leaving the final debate to him.
I don't know, man. He wants a hug. We're about to find out what he's doing. Because he's doing things. But how are you doing, Top Notch? I hope you're doing well. Oh, it's the American. It is the American. Hello, hi. I'm at work. Nice. I hope work is not terrible. I need to get a closer look at his gun after a conversation I had with someone earlier, because I was laughing at how he calls himself a feeble scholar. I was like, dude is freaking shooting this quite hefty weapon with one hand and barely moving backward. Like, feeble. Maybe more feeble than Alhaitham, but at least Alhaitham's jacked. I'm doing pretty good. I've been kind of chilling. I was going to stream yesterday, and then I was chilling so hard that I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait. But I figured I should probably get it done today because I want to see the ending. I want to know what's going on. But then I will probably take like not a full week break, but I'll probably take a bit of a break before streaming the next Genshin stuff. Originally, I was going to just stream it immediately, but I don't think that's a good idea anymore. So, I heard that there was a possibility that Venti might not be voiced immediately, but he might be voiced later in to the patch. So, I'm curious to see what's going to happen there. But in the meantime, we're dealing with the not Tevat crisis. My game is not loud enough. Help us! Oh, goodness.
As always, that woman knows how to stir up a crowd.
So weird how the audio changes every time.
Professor Anaxa, I thought you'd pass on this.
What happens if I turn it up in my headset? Will that help? I don't know. We'll just turn it up to like 30. And hope for the best.
Everyone must cast their vote.
That did not change it at all.
Purpose.
Sir, why must you speaketh so quiet?
Prof, do you truly think it's wise to entrust the fate of the world to an assembly like this?
He's like, I don't care. I just want answers. I'm gonna recreate the world anyway.
Akama has stood strong under this system for 1,000 years. It stands to reason that there is purpose in its existence. But that is not what you're asking, is it? What you really want to know is Aglaya making the right decision in entrusting the fate of the world to you?
Nothing ever escapes you.
I didn't spend all those years teaching you for nothing. Most people only
I
take
still really want to know the
4 months to
timeline of
graduate,
like how
if I
old these
recall.
characters are. Because sometimes it implies that they're like, oh, they're so young, but they're also like 300 years old.
To tell the truth, I feel like I'm on my way to an execution chamber instead of a podium.
Most people only take 4 years to graduate. Dang. Poor Finan. Just harassing him like that.
So, do you have an answer to that question?
No, I don't.
I thought so.
Because that question is not yours to ask in the first place.
Dang. Why don't you just like rip his face off? Calm down.
Is Aglaya entrusting the world to you the right decision? Don't make me laugh. That is a question that woman must answer herself. Why are you fretting about this on her behalf? Or have you been seeing yourself as her pawn all this time? Listen up. I'll say this only once. Flip your perspective around and ask yourself this instead. What should I do to ensure that the world doesn't stray from the correct path? That is what you should be thinking about. You still have time, so give it some thought. Oh, and don't bother telling me the answer.
Wow.
Tell it to those begging for salvation from the gods.
Got it. Thank you, Professor Anaxa.
I like how Finan, like, literally never takes anything negatively. He's just like, ah, yes, thank you so much for yelling at me.
That's Anaxagoras to you.
Who will you be voting for?
For some reason, the way that he said that made me think maybe Anaxa is what his sister called him. And so he just doesn't want to give anyone, like, the ability to call him that same thing.
That'll depend on how well you perform. May Circe safeguard your thoughts.
Sir, Cersei's is stuck in your head. Oh, this guy's not voiced. Anaxa, you're finally here. The last speaker for the assembly will be taking the stage soon. The resolution will be passed after that. Lady Kindness has reserved a special seat for you. Shall I show you to it? Oh boy. Lead the way. Alright, this way, please.
Elders and citizens.
This guy.
Silence, if you please. As the Theoros, I present to you Finan of Ides Elysiae, virtuous citizen of Akima, and the last speaker of the assembly.
Much obliged, Lord Lycus.
I remember him. He's the penniless lad working for Aglaya.
The penniless lad working for Aglaya.
Where's Lady Goldweaver? Why is she sending this guy to give the last speech? Is this really the end of the flame chase journey?
Something's gonna go so wrong here.
By Kefali above, dear citizens of Akima, as you look upon me, so too do I
That's
see you.
Kefali's court flame, right? Like, just take it. You're covered in Kefali symbols anyway.
I see your fear and misgivings, your apprehension about the discord between the Chrysos heirs and the Council of Elders, and your uneasiness about the future of the Holy City. Yet, before you contemplate something as grand as the fate of the world, I ask that you look closer. Look beyond the horizon illuminated by Kefali.
I accidentally just closed a bunch of things. Oopsie.
Threatening to overwhelm us.
What?
Aedes Elysiae, my beloved hometown, is a village forgotten by time. It is a place with the most invigorating breeze and wheat fields that spread all the way to the sea. I once thought that there I would enjoy a lifetime of peace and quiet with my friends and family. How I wish I could invite all of you to that paradise, far from the noise and chatter of the world. Because she and all that she nurtured, all that I loved, they have long been devoured by the black tide. My beloved home is no more. I will never forget the day the black tide struck. My father, Hieronymus, fought with a
Lore.
golden sword to his last breath to protect his child. My mother, Aldada, she was ripped apart by monsters. Also, I might live to stand before you here and now. Galba, he was a hunter. But in the end, those arms that once drew a bow instead embraced Piso, his beloved son, as they both breathed their last. Pythias, the teacher, risked her life to save her students, but a burning beam fell on her, crushing her. And what of Livia, her daughter? Did she make it out alive? No, she didn't.
Dude, his voice actor.
Piso and so many other children. My childhood friends. They were all swallowed by the black tide and turned into monsters. They kept saying the same thing over and over. Even up until the final moment, I finally steeled my heart and granted them eternal peace with my sword. Why, Finan? Aren't we the best of friends? That is the black tide. A looming threat that can bring Akuma to its knees any time. Kindness may have promised that with the 3 titans of Calamity gone, Akuma will return to an era Chrysia once more, but
The Black Tide does not care about the existence of those titans.
much as it pains me, I must disappoint you. While the demigod of strife has done everything in his power to hold them back, they are still coming. By now, the name of that black-robed swordmaster, the Flame Reaper, has likely echoed throughout the city already.
He said Reaper.
The roaring thunder is a message from the strife demigod. The Flame Reaper has risen from death, and they hunger for the core flames of the gods.
Lies! If such a powerful enemy is indeed approaching, why is Akuma still a picture of peace?
Exactly! The city of Akuma shows no signs of pandemonium or chaos. And why is that?
Oh, hello.
Spare a moment to think
Hello.
about this.
There's a couch.
Are we able to stand here
Yes.
and hold this assembly at peace today because the danger has
Dude,
passed?
I think his name's Joshua Waters, the Finan's voice actor. Killing it right now. Absolutely killing it.
No. This peace we
Yeah,
enjoy
he's
is the
great.
gift of fate. We are able to stand here today only because the Chrysos heirs have stepped up and shielded Akuma from calamity. With her golden threads, Aglaya has preserved and continues to preserve these idyllic days that all of you hold dear. The Council of Elders claims that Aglaya will one day forsake the people because her divinity is eroding her body and soul. But ask yourselves this. Rather than offering her aid and support, why do they choose to watch and push Akuma away from the flame chase journey? The answer that no one can bring themselves to speak of. A truth stained in blood and buried in greed, fear, and vanity. Allow me me to lay it bare before you. It is because the Council of Elders, which bears Akima's history and honor, along with this citizens' assembly we once took so much pride in, are now infested with vermin.
Dang.
Vermin.
Vermin. Now that I have you in here, I can adjust volume and stuff. Okay. I can't quite get... I don't know why it changes every time, but it does.
It is true that Aglaya has reached her limit. Why? Because she has been working tirelessly to weave the defenses of our holy city against the encroaching...
Defend your mom.
Oh, well, these vermin are making up baseless accusations about her and scheming in the shadows. Not once has she ever failed Akima. Yet these vermin attempt to tear her apart, tarnishing her name with unfounded allegations. She may have been blessed by divinity, but hasn't her heart always stayed true to humanity? They attempt to mislead you and reduce this assembly to a crude standoff between gods and humans, but citizens of Akima. Once more, I implore you to open your eyes and look at those around you. Examine them closely. Beneath all that finery, do you see the good heart of a human or the poisonous glands of a pest? Make your judgment, then turn your gaze to the demigods whom so many of you regard as cold and merciless. Do you not see the light?
I see a couple of
humanity in
pests I
them?
definitely want to squash.
Mm-hmm.
Where the mask of
Can we put the
humanity
robot in
only hurtful, slanderous
what's
origin?
that?
Can you not
The
see that
recycling,
perhaps
like,
Elder-
crushing machine?
Elder kindness.
Mm. I mean, she's not the robot, but, like, I
Like-
guess, yeah. She needs to she needs to go to jail.
Yeah.
No matter what your answer is, and no matter who your vote goes to, rest assured that you have nothing to fear. For Aglaya, Tribios, and I will remain your faithful guardians and pledge our lives to upholding your decision. And this vow will stay true until the end of our days, where it will be passed on to future flame chasers. A steadfast and unwavering promise that shall endure through the ages.
An uproar. Representative leaders from different cities in Akima throw pieces of pottery into the dolium.
At the present time, on the scales of Talenton, those who call for the continuation of the Flame Chase journey, and those who demand its suspension. Each faction holds an equal share of votes, resulting in...
You probably can't hear him, but my cat is trying to vocally join in.
Ah. What is your commentary, a wise cat?
I don't think he likes Legus very much.
Moment when the Flame Chase journey is the closest to its end.
And now, it's your turn to vote, Lord Anaxagoras.
Is there anyone else who hasn't voted?
No,
Oh, no.
cast your vote with care, for your decision will break this impasse.
I have long since made a decision.
Oh, don't smirk like that. I'll smack you.
Very well. May you bring much needed change to this farcical world.
Oh. Oh, I thought it was gonna go right into the cutscene, but I guess I have to walk. What if I just do a big dramatic circle in front of the people and then No, no one else over here is gonna talk. I wanted to see what all everyone said, but all right.
You've done well, Finan. Given the circumstances, delivering a rousing speech to stir up emotions was a prudent move.
Wasn't that supposed to be a debate between him and Kindness, though?
Patience. On behalf of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany and the scholars of Amphorius,
I forget.
I, Anaxagoras, am ready to cast my vote. But before that, in the interest of fairness, Lady Goldweaver, I pose a question to you before all who are gathered here. Will you, as Finan has promised, stand by the decision made in the assembly, regardless of outcome?
In the interest of fairness, I make no promises, lest it should influence your decision.
Very well. I thank you for your honesty.
What's he doing?
The stakes are high. Let's be patient.
Didn't they, like, when they explained how they did the voting earlier, didn't it say that they had to, like, basically invoke the Titans in order for the things to work? He doesn't do that. So how is he able to vote?
Cut the act! Who do you think you are wasting our time like this?
I missed some of that part earlier, but yeah.
He is called the Great Performer. Well, they explained it was a few parts ago in the quest. Like, we walked by people explaining it.
Lord Anaxa.
Yeah, no, he's about to put on a performance, alright.
Rule number 1. Do not call me Anaxa. Rule number 2. Never interrupt me. Silence is golden.
Just vote already. What are you waiting for?
That's not creepy at all.
I cannot help but wonder, is every hardship in the world something you will exploit and use to your advantage?
How else am I supposed to make use of this situation where my body and soul are separated? Oh, Circes. Or should I say Calypso? Accompany me on this final journey. Let us journey to the Netherrealm and see how she will substantiate the answer to your question and validate my decision. We need only to follow the sound of the tides.
What's happening? Oh, he's like, all right, just kill me really for like a minute real quick, and then I'll go check on things.
Well, part of him's already dead.
Yeah. The fact that he can just be like, all right, Cersei, send me to the Netherrealm real quick. I need to go ask a question.
Well done, child. Just as I foresaw, you have achieved great things.
Teacher.
What a twist of fate. A blasphemer raised in the doctrines of the Venerationists. It's like a foal kicking its mother in the belly after taking all her milk.
I respect you immensely, sir. But
you cherish the truth even more. So, child, do not be troubled by the criticisms I have borne.
Do not let those voices hinder you as you forge ahead. As the sage of the Venerationists, I am duty-bound to oppose you. But, as your friend and mentor, Anaxagoras, I say, go forth, for the truth is already in your hands.
I will keep that in mind.
Go now, child. Your lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. And when you reach the end of this journey, may we meet again with the truth before us.
You have my word, sir. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
May Circe safeguard your thoughts.
You are right.
He's like, she's invading my thoughts.
My lonely pursuit is about to welcome a new chapter. I must be on my way now. May we meet again with the truth before us, Empedocles.
What are you waiting for? Just cast your vote.
Silence! Silence, everyone!
Behold, Circes, here at the center of the world.
They're like, why are you just mumbling to yourself and telling us to shut up?
For this place is but one step away from the truth.
Is he gonna shoot that thing in the center? The core flame container. Oh boy. Dramatic.
Professor, I completed the proof you wanted.
Thank you, Castorus.
The answer is plain as day. My vote goes to the Flame Chase journey and nothing else.
Elder Kindness, I have deciphered the truth of this.
Fine and celebrating.
The result
Why are the cutscenes so much louder?
Theoros I have observed.
No! Ligus, you can't! Anaxa, what have you done? Have you lost your mind?
He's like, yeah.
I hope you are prepared for the
Do you
harsh
honestly think
punishment
he
awaiting
ever really was on your side?
Yeah.
You were
He's only ever on his own side.
Exactly.
betrayal.
Have you forgotten? I told you that happens to be one of
He's
my
like, what are you gonna
rare
do to me? I'm
talents."
practically already dead.
Yeah. He's like, I fear not the old woman.
You put on such a grand performance just to aid their
He is
proposed
called the Great
restoration
Performer.
journey.
You sided with someone known and self-proclaimed as the Great Performer. I mean, it's kind of your own fault. Just a little.
No, you are quite mistaken. I may be paranoid by nature, but I've always been known for my honesty. If you really understood me, Lady Kindness, you'd realize that I never had any interest in your pathetic little game of politics. Factions, standpoints, they are jokes in my eyes. I have never once switched sides. Because I, and I alone, am the truth.
He's such an arrogant jerk.
Lady Kindness, with all the
He
citizens
is.
here as
He's such a good character, though.
the spirit of democracy and respect the decision of this assembly. I have observed that Akama has chosen her destiny.
I'm happy to see her
This
disappointed.
citizens' assembly has resolved to continue the flame chase journey. This resolution shall be put up on the wall of heroes, such that all citizens are aware of the city's way forward.
You!
It seems not everyone is ready for the assembly to end. Very well. let me entertain you for a little longer.
Oh boy.
By your leave, Lord Lycus.
Interesting. Elders and citizens, your attention, please. Stay for a moment more, if you will. Anaxagoras of the
His little curl right there squished when he looked up.
announcement for the assembly.
Mm-hmm.
What is this performer up to now?
Just moments ago, all of you made a decision on the fate of Amphorius. As a supporter of the Flame Chase journey, it pleases me to see the choice you have made. But I regret to say that I still harbor doubts about this outcome. Thus, I hereby challenge this resolution.
A next.
Tell me, who among you dare swear to Kephalie's name that Era Nova will truly welcome the fairy tale?
He's like, give me all the core flames.
promised?
I'll do it.
Beautiful new world free of calamity and madness?
What is he getting at?
No one? Must I pick somebody to answer? Very well. You, the one acting so wise and profound. In front of all present here, do you dare swear that it will happen for sure? No? Fine. Next. You, the one with ignorance written all over your face. Yes, you. Do you
Ignorance
dare
written
swear
all over
by it
your
in front of
What are you trying to do?
Useless. Your turn, then. With that smug look of yours, you must be confident that the Flame Chase journey is the best course to take, right?
Hey! Mind your tongue!
So, no one? I see. In that case, Finan, answer me this. Your speech was filled with such passion just now. How confident, then, are you in making this promise?
Professor, what are you doing?
Let him continue with his performance.
Will you look at that? Even Finan and Aglaya lack the courage to make such a promise. And what's even more absurd is that no one but I can promise you this new world. And yet, the Assembly passed the resolution anyway. But you needn't worry, because I knew better than to trust you good-for-nothings.
Oh, wow.
That is precisely why I am here today. To give you one
His shoes are so
final
shiny.
lecture. Now listen up and listen well. I, Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, hereby declare everything that the Flame Chase journey promises is true. Finan of Ides Elysiae, the prophesied demigod who shall succeed Kephalie, will reforge each
How do you suddenly know that he's going to succeed Kephallie? Where'd you get that from?
intact memories.
The deliver. I guess he probably pieced together the same things we did, where he saw the guy who ended up with Kephallie being called Deliverer.
What?
Or he's going to be like, yeah, he's the Flame Reaver. Because he might have figured that out too.
The core flame-bearing titans
Yeah.
were the Chrysos heirs of yesterday. And the Chrysos heirs who carry the core flames today will become the titans of tomorrow. All of our souls shall endure for eternity in the miracle of the World-Bearer. And all under Kephalie's protection shall step into that new world.
This is your blasphemy!
What? Are you saying that we must bow down to you and worship you even in our next lives?
Or you could just choose to, like, not Because you'll know.
Enough, you blasphemous imbecile! How dare you try to deceive us with all these lies and falsehoods? How can you prove?
I told you, don't interrupt me. But since you've asked, I shall be kind and indulge you. My statements are based on my experiments on the divine body of Kefali themselves. You heard me correctly, everyone. With the tacit approval of Kindness and the Council of Elders, I fused my soul with a god through alchemy and learned the truth behind Era Nova.
They're like, wow, the disrespect.
Pure blasphemy?
I, the vile, wretched blasphemer, deserve nothing less than death for my
Is it? I wonder if it's a philosopher's stone that's in his hand.
and the
Maybe.
Council
It
of
looks like one.
which granted me consent and aided in committing this atrocity, should face punishment alongside.
Dang. That was a long game, Con.
It was.
By the gods, even Kindness has betrayed Akuma.
I think that was Mao Mao. Or Ron May's voice actress. I thought I heard Kuki Shinobu earlier, too.
Mm-hmm.
I had no knowledge of his transgressions. He did that on his own. The Council of Elders bears no responsibility for his
He
actions.
said, "You guys are snakes, and I'm gonna take you down."
But you're coming with me, babe.
Lord Lycus, as the esteemed Theoros, are you going to simply stand by and allow the Council of Elders to be dragged through the mud?
He was like, yeah.
If the accusation is true, I will acknowledge it. If not, my conscience stands unburdened. Lady Kindness, the reputation of the Council of Elders was not built in a day, nor will it
I have
be
a feeling
shattered
Lycus is
overnight.
also playing a long game.
Oh, yeah.
Repercussions await those who fool the people, and punishment must be meted out on those who abandon their vows. We should respect this beautiful city and her people.
You.
Lady Aglaya,
I don't
the
like how you said
Gold
that.
Weaver, I ask that you take on the responsibility of overseeing this judgment in the name of the fairness of Talantin and the justice of Kefali. Considering the circumstances, and in accordance with Akuma's codex as the only demigod among us, you shall rightfully wield this authority.
Hmm.
Honor is mine to bear. Elders and citizens, silence, if you please. Anaxagoras of the
Feels so
Grove
funny that she's the only
has
British
made his
person.
Statement clear.
Mm-hmm.
As per Akuma's codex, I request all present citizens to stand with me in exercising the right of judgment. First, Elder Kindness of Akuma and Lygus the Theoros stand accused of neglecting their duties and abusing the law, leading to the egregious blasphemy against a god. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, Akuma is to form a committee before the 7th action hour to conduct an investigation and disclose the findings to the public for subsequent judgment.
That's what we deserve!
Curse you.
Like, nah.
Concerning Anaxagoras of the Grove of Epiphany, he has confessed to grave blasphemy against Kefali. In the names of Talantin and Kefali, the accused must be allowed to hear the people's voice prior to the execution, for a chance at a reduced sentence and possible pardon.
Wow. Everyone's screaming, let him die. That's crazy. He's like, I'm already dead.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of already dead, so... He's like, joke's on you guys. I destroyed my own soul.
This is wild. He's just smirking. He's just smirking. That's crazy.
What decision
He's like,
will you
hey, I planned
make,
this.
Lady
They're all pawns.
Tuber?
Enough with the hesitation, Aglaya. This is not like you.
Let him die!
That's mad.
Then, in light of the people's voice, O Talantan on high, may you bring death upon him.
Fanatic cheering. Yeah, you are fanatics. Oh, now we're just gonna jump back over to my POV. Okay. No, that's right. A sea of flowers? What is this place?
It's a video on it next. I need to finish watching sometime.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. I bore the name of Castris while walking among the mortals. And now, I stand as the demigod of death, the living side of Thanatos. Welcome to my realm, where the west wind ends.
Mom, I made it! My character arc is finally done. The face!
You're still as energetic as always. Did you know? Every flower here was planted by Thanatos himself. These flowers were originally both lifeless and immortal. But in the first rain brought by the River of Souls, they were given new life, flourishing as the bearers of countless souls. And it is my duty as the Master of Death to tend to their well-being and foster their growth in this serene haven. Similar to the structured cycle of life and death in the mortal world, these flowers too shall wither and fade, returning to the earth and then ascending to the sky with mist and tides. Eventually, they will descend to the mortal land as gentle rain. Every soul undergoes the perpetual cycle of reincarnation, albeit in varied forms, until the world meets its end. Yet, sadly, there's no time left for Amphorius to wait for when the flowers bloom again. Now, death is the power at my fingertips. It once led the souls of the deceased here, but I shall open the gate of the Netherworld and return you to the realm of the living. In exchange, please take the core flame of death with you and complete the flame chase journey.
How does that work? If you're already the demigod, don't you have the core flame inside of you? You're not going back?
Just like the other demigods, I will stay here and embrace my destiny. That being said, it is not easy to guide a lost soul back to the mortal realm. The whispers of death are sweet and alluring. If your determination wavers, you will succumb and be forever ensnared by the Netherworld's grasp. Please consider this a one-time exception. I will do everything in my power for the flame chase journey. And for your life, the only life I can save.
I'll do my best.
I am glad to hear that.
Over here!
What? Keep moving forward and don't look back. Keep going. The express is right here with you. Thank you. Makes sense that I'm gonna just waddle with the pig.
Just don't be Orpheus. Don't look back.
One day our paths will cross again.
Lift your chin up high and step forward with us toward tomorrow.
That's right. Keep your eyes on the dawn.
Onward. Show me your courage.
Okay.
Partner,
Mighty.
we shall become heroes together.
Almost there. Finally. Thank you, Castris. Since I've already made it to the end, maybe I can have one last glance at that sea of flowers. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Don't do it.
Oh. That's a lot of...
Just wait till you see what happens after you click one.
Oh no. I don't like that. I like the number 3, so I'm gonna click that. Okay. What the? Fear not, as a touch of red will be awaiting you at the end of the path. It'll guide you and illuminate the way out. By doing so, you'll eventually reunite in the warmth of the sunlight. What's this? What in the world are these shadows and voices?
All of this is proof that you once lived.
Is that Elise?
Your soul, your memories.
That sounds like Alicia.
And the path they
Or whatever her name is in this version.
back home. So, continue onward. Do not stop moving forward, and do not let her sacrifice and the support of all who have stood by you be in vain. Over here, friend!
Hello.
Take my hand. Let's go home.
Baby. Pick your hand. Quote unquote hand. Goodbye, Nether Realm. Hello again, Mortal Realm. Run! Live, Stella! Let the trailblazing continue. Thank you, Oceans. And yes, I'm live, and now I live. And I'm back.
At last, I knew you could do it. Your soul is still perfectly whole, as if some kind of force is trying its
We
best
had a
to
little
keep
help.
it together.
Yeah. Just a little bit, okay.
Is Vorzix's final blessing, or is it a miracle of your own? It's truly incredible. Such a strange surge of familiarity. So hard to describe. Perhaps it is fate, once again fulfilling its own design. Or perhaps it is the laws from beyond the sky, so familiar to you, that intertwined our fates long ago. It seems
anytime soon. The
Yeah.
sensation of becoming a demigod.
Solving riddles in a Hoyo game?
It's
Nah.
the river of souls is winding its way through the depths of my spirit, transforming with each breath into a fine rain that nourishes the world. Do you recall that prophecy? At the end of the sea of flowers, the souls of the living shall warm thy fingertips, and after an embrace, there shall be eternal separation.
Don't make it sadder, man. I know.
That I would do everything in my power to give it.
I mean, I guess at least I pulled her.
Yeah.
I stand as a demigod, and destiny draws to a close.
Dude, if... That's gonna be so sad when Mighty meets his fate. The fate he was told of, that he would actually die. And we see, like... Gosh, just seeing Cass having to welcome any of them into the Netherworld is gonna be sad. But I feel like that one's gonna get me.
I will cry.
Finally,
I will just actually cry.
that is as beautiful as it deserves. The wish I once sought, but could never grasp.
I was already sad seeing Castros, you know, have to stay behind.
Mm-hmm.
After already kind of, Mighty's already had to leave kind of too, doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Count the profound meaning of this very instant. Every touch, every embrace we share will never again be an ice-cold loss. They will radiate with an intense warmth, sowing love far and wide throughout the land.
Ooh.
The other shore is very cold.
Are we Red Dragon?
Borrow your warmth. One last time.
Hug.
Thank
Hug.
you for fulfilling this wish of mine. The place I'll be going to is what humans call the Land of Sorrows. But with this heartbeat and the residual heat of this embrace, I shall turn
Whoa.
into a gentle place of rest.
Mm-hmm.
This embrace may be brief, but it's the proof that I once lived.
Ah!
Farewell, then. May we reunite in the new world.
Wow. Presently in Akama. My goodness.
That grand and absurd performance was what you've been seeking your whole life?
I gave up everything in search of truth. And it culminated in this very moment. You, on the other hand, performed as I expected. You did not hesitate when you saw the chance to attain power. It's as if you...
Crave power, like a fly craves rot.
Those are your words, not mine.
But what you said at the end, did you already know what I had planned for Thinen?
I may have lost an eye, but my vision is clearer than anyone else. You've nearly exhausted your humanity. You're now different from my current state as a walking corpse.
That's true. I've long since burned to ash over the past 1,000 years.
Oh, so she's been a demigod that long. That's crazy.
That rivals our final great enemy.
It's so strange, like... I don't know, like, it doesn't feel to me like the way that the characters act and the issues that they're having and all of that really fits with how long this stuff's been going on.
I can see that.
And I think that's what confuses me about how long everything's actually been going on. Because, like, Castris, I can believe that she's lived 1,000 years. I can believe that.
I can believe that.
Aglaya,
a long time.
yeah, I can believe that. Finan really does not seem to me like someone who's lived a really long time. Like, he just seems kind of like an idealistic young man in his 20s. That's kind of how I see it. And I guess, like, you could say that Mighty has, like, an element of, like, childishness to him, like, competitive childishness. But I still feel like his philosophy and his goals and everything are a lot more evident of someone who has lived through some tough crap.
Yeah.
Whereas even though Finan has lived through some tough crap, it still doesn't feel like he's... I don't know. It feels like a lot of his philosophy is very idealistic, which is not something you commonly see in an older character. Like, he doesn't have... It feels like he doesn't have a cynical bone in his body, which is not something you...
Yeah.
would, like, logically predict for a character who's lived hundreds of years. Or even more than a few decades, like...
I think Twist handles characters who have been alive for a long time really well.
Yeah, for sure. And of course, there's only a few of them. Like, it's not a whole cast or a whole ensemble of characters, so... It's actually literally only, like... Crowley, I don't know if he's a good example of that, because he's so, like... Can't get a read on him.
Crowley is another great performer.
Oh, yeah.
He's acting.
But as far as, like, Lilia and Malleus go, yeah, they do act more like they do seem to have a level of knowledge that would befit their age, I guess.
So, this is our last chance.
Yeah.
How about we let go?
No, I definitely know what you mean about Finan. I agree.
May I resonate with your core flame, Aglaya?
I'm so back. What's up, Miss PNGtuber? Yes. Hello. Anaxith, he didn't get his hug. He asked for it. He didn't get it. May I resonate with your core flame? Sir! Take her to dinner first, my goodness.
Please do.
Nah! Dang.
Impossible. To persist with your soul thin to such an extent. You're insane.
Just as you fight to lug your corpse onward to complete your unfinished goals, I have my own reasons for doing this. Until Finan grows into his position as the prophesied leader, I must continue to lead everyone on the flame chase journey.
Why am I getting a McDonald's ad in Spanish? I didn't even... Dude, that happens to me all the time. I always interpreted it as, I live in California, so they're like, hey, maybe you'll speak Spanish? I'm like, I speak a very, very minute amount of it. So, no. Incorrect guess.
I get those ads too sometimes. I'm like, it doesn't really make sense where I live, but okay.
How ironic. We would have avoided so many misunderstandings if you and I had just spoken this candidly before.
I don't know about that. You seem to like to argue, sir.
But casting aside our ideological differences, there is one thing you and I agree on.
Finan.
Yes. He was born to
The divorced parents talking about their child.
hearts of the people. And I can confidently say he is a far better leader than you. Only he is capable of fulfilling your mission. Sadly, he is a man cursed by Nestia. But by my estimates, his horribly elaborate sense of style should not impede Aranova.
I've been told by our Krispy Kreme guy, because we sell Krispy Kreme at my work, that McDonald's is going to start selling KK donuts for the breakfast period, and I'm more sad over losing KK than our delivery guy. And he's like, whatever, I don't need this. Wow. Oh my goodness. I don't eat at either of those places, so I don't have an opinion, I don't think. I think the last time I had Krispy Kreme was... I
used to like Krispy Kreme.
They're just very sweet. They're just too sweet for me.
Too much for me. I can't handle it anymore.
Yeah. The last time I had it, you could get a free dozen if you graduate, like if you were a graduate the year that I graduated high school. So that was the last time. Hold up. I've been out of high school for 5 years, because I guess it would be 2020, but yeah. Whoa, an opinion? I don't have any of those. I have too many of those, on the other hand.
Congratulations are in order. We found common ground at the very end of our destined paths.
When you put it that way, it makes me want to take back what I said.
Dang. Yeah, 8 years.
Glaya, we're back.
I am alive.
Come welcome our great hero reborn from the ashes.
I hope he didn't hear your earlier assessment.
Child.
It wouldn't be the first time I criticized him. A man should be aware of his own shortcomings.
Oh, look, Casters is back. Yay. She's back.
I'm gladdened by your triumphant return.
No, I wanted to talk to them, but okay.
I don't see Castress among your number.
She's like, yeah.
It looks like she not only helped me prove my theory, but helped you fulfill your mission as well.
He finally understood her origins and completed her trial.
She might not have been able to change her fate, but she still wrote the final verse of her epic herself. Trinan, please recite the prophecy for us. Trailblazer, please surrender that scalding cool flame for us as well.
We will have finished the collection.
The only life she ever saved by her own hand in her 1,000 years on this earth. I believe no one is more qualified for this noble task.
Be really funny if in game they just brought up an actual product, like, oh no, the MC is dying. Quick, use this brisk iced tea to resurrect them. Oh my gosh. That definitely seems like something that the Trailblazer would say, honestly. They're so chaotic. Oh shoot, I didn't even realize what I just clicked. Let the ceremony begin.
O gods who have returned, and gods who are still watching, today we bring you a soul laid bare. The Hand of Shadow, Thanatos, remembered their name from the past.
Use Hershey Kiss to awaken the princess from their slumber. Yes, just places it on her forehead. Like, here you go. I gave you a kiss.
And there was one who joined hands with the Titan, a traveler risen from the dead and reborn among mortal kind. She is the everlasting night, and shall now proclaim in her good name, O Majesty of the 12 Titans, pillars of the world. We seek your divinity to mend the rifts of the world. Fill our bodies with blood of gold, till we wither in willing service to the prophecy. Step forward, trailblazer from beyond the sky, and together with us, surrender the core flame and carve their star into the sky.
Goodbye, Castress. Ah, you're gonna make me actually do it. Whoosh. My friend Wesley did that at our pastor's house. They would hang up mistletoe and Wesley and I didn't see it and he randomly had a Hershey's Kiss in his pocket. He just started doing it every year. That is a great inside joke.
The constellation for death.
For life and death, to be more precise.
Look, it's...
Is that Castress?
No, it's only a divine echo. I think she's here for the trial.
Oh, it's done. He'll puck her up and he'll shove her. She's kissing her. Oh, give me a kiss. And then you just end up with chocolate. Wow. She whispered literal sweet nothings. And then disappeared. Because she said nothing.
The language of the Titans. Casterus. No. The Titan. They said, I have illuminated the cold shadow of death. Onwards. For your path to the future is bright and its flame eternal.
She going? She gone?
Do not forget.
3 more to go. I honestly thought we were about to complete the thing, but then I was like, alright, Kephales is just kind of floating in the cube.
I suppose it's my turn now.
And we still have to get Aquila's. That's gonna be interesting.
I won't stop you.
Professor, you...
What's with that look? You were present. So, let's get this execution over with. We wouldn't want to bring shame to Akima's divine laws or keep me from creating a new world.
You never change, do you, Professor? I don't understand. If your theory is correct, you'll lose all memories of your past life once you become a Titan. So what's the point of becoming a god?
Of course there's a point. Even if I forget who I am, I'll still have my brilliant mind. It goes without saying, I'll find a way to retrieve memories of my past life. Besides, I still have you, don't I?
I still don't really understand what you said during the assembly.
Me either, Finan.
True, things
Yeah.
I don't understand, like, maybe 40 to 50% of what's happening in this quest. It's fine.
I do agree. I felt like this one has been more confusing than the other ones.
What exactly are we? My answer is that the Chrysos heirs are the future Titans and vice versa. Of course, this answer only applies to us. So, what are we when it comes to regular mortals? The very essence of the world, our souls, are tiny invisible seeds that hold records of each person's memories of the world. And we are the buds that sprout from these seeds to grow into great trees.
There's some fancy talk right there.
Is that what new sporism means?
Why is this voice echoing? Well, they're in a chamber right now. All of their voices are echoing because I know that it's not coming through my mic because I'm wearing a headset. So.
Correct. become new extensions of the world. From there, we plant our seeds into someone's memories and then scatter them.
They're speaking via echolocation.
Just as seeds are affected by their environment, so too will our appearances differ across memories. But the partial memories we carry will always be the same, because that is just how the world is. To destroy our very existence, one must destroy the world itself. But we have someone who will still live on with his perfect memory. That person is you, child of Kefali. This is what it means to be the world-bearing Titan. So, carry everything of this world and live on. Don't disappoint those most precious to you. Don't disappoint Lady Goldweaver. And especially, don't bring dishonor to my theory.
Especially.
Anaxa, I swear to you, I'll lead everyone to our reunion in the new world.
Good. That is all I have to say. Farewell, everyone. May we meet again in the next life.
Except you, Aglaya. I don't like you.
Great performer. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
Salute him in the same way. I don't know if I told you, but I showed my brother Brandon the Twist trailer, explained to him about the game and stuff, and showed him Malleus, and he looked at it. It's like, there's no way a dude plays a game like this. It's not an Otome game. It's not. It's not an Otome game. They try really hard to make it look like that, but it's not.
Yeah, they do.
I promise. It's not supposed to be.
I
Trust me.
maintain that the best description of it is if you combine Harry Potter, Disney, and anime, you
Yeah.
get twists.
Yeah.
That is what you get. There's no Otome elements there.
Yeah. The card art is sus, but other than that,
Yeah.
other than that, no, it's not an Otome game. May Circes safeguard your thoughts.
Are you satisfied?
He referred to. Oh no! Oofy. Poor Malleus.
Very. I hereby swear I have borne witness.
Well, you'll just have to wait. I think a lot of people don't understand what it is. I saw some reactions on YouTube to people who were starting to get more attention on the fact that there was an anime coming out that was related to Disney, and they were very confused about what it was. And then you had all of the Twist fans commenting on their videos being trying to explain it.
That's so
It's
funny.
like, they're just gonna have to see it to understand.
Yeah. Yeah, the card art of the one fish boy. Yeah. No. So remember how I said that there was a groovy that wasn't out yet? We got that groovy this morning.
Yeah.
And it's there.
It is definitely designed for certain people.
Nah, the simps are gonna be going wild. It's fine.
Here, Oceans, I'll send it to you.
Thus, I shall confer upon you these words. You shall transcend the peaks of purity and return to corruption and hardship.
Oh, so that's a god's prophecy. It sounds like you just rephrased my past, present, and future. Ah, Circes.
And she's referring to the top image there.
I will protect Ace and Deuce in my life. No, absolutely. Those are
Yeah,
my brothers. Those are my little bros. They're my boys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've already transcended the peaks of purity, and you were never the type to
And
give
Grim is
me
my cat.
leeway.
Sorry, Ori.
That is true.
But I do still have one question.
I knew it.
I have a friend who might enjoy this art. Oh no.
Oh no.
What is it? Maybe we're thinking of the same thing.
As you've so boldly stated, we and the world itself live on through the memories of others.
Yeah, the card art is occasionally the most sus thing
Mm-hmm.
in that regard. But the story is not.
Whose memories did the very first new spore sprout from?
How should I know?
Oh my.
But since we are both equally curious, we should allow the children of humanity who come after us to investigate.
I like how he's just talking to nothing for some of the people in the room. Like, I think Aglaya can see Calypso, but... Oh! He's smiling! Oh, the music!
Seeds of suspicion.
Yeah, the music's really good.
World with your soul!
Oh!
The objective is complete. That is all.
Bro just disintegrated.
Yeah.
Oh!
Still alive.
Oh boy. Why would... No, Hot Man! Hot Man gone. Hot Man said bye. March.
That's why if there's a character you really like in the game, that's why you need to pull them because they might die.
Yeah. I pulled both of the characters who disappeared in this patch. Her condition was very similar. It's just that at that time, the Express did not have a memo keeper who could diagnose her condition.
But she still woke up naturally. Looking on the bright side, that might happen this time as well.
When March awakened from the ice, her memories were completely wiped clean. I want to prepare for the worst and prevent something like that from happening again. Can you share with us your hypothesis?
I do not have conclusive evidence, but judging by her current condition, perhaps March 7th's memories have been hijacked.
Hijacked?
Think about it, Miss Himiko. What will happen when someone loses their ability to remember?
There's a term for that in psychology, and I cannot remember it right now. Not short-term memory loss, as it's a type of amnesia. I'm not a biologist, but I hear that there's a species of fish on Vanwalk that has the memory span of less than a second. It forgets anything that occurs in the very next instant. Perhaps something similar will happen?
Unfortunately, short-term memory is an entirely different
No, Dory.
concept from the inability
Not
to
Dory.
remember. Perhaps it is difficult for you to imagine, but an individual who has lost their ability to remember turns into nothingness.
Nothingness?
The belief of the garden is that everything in this universe can be interpreted through memories. This is the driving force behind the continuance of this path. The past is made up of memoria, while the future is a possibility that will eventually be converted to memoria. But the present, it doesn't really.
Gotta go eat dinner. Have a good stream.
It's only an
Thank
abstract
you.
expression.
Thank you.
God bless.
Therefore, when a person is affected by the path and loses their ability to remember, their physical body will also be affected.
It's alright. It happens.
A manifestation of that.
Miss Black Swan, there is one thing that I haven't looked into deeply until now. You've guided us to Emphorius, but refused to tell us your true intentions. Collecting memories is simply not a convincing answer.
Is Miss Himiko suspicious of me?
I think everyone's suspicious of you, honestly. I mean,
Yeah,
no
I am.
offense. I'm merely speculating, but I appreciate your honesty if possible.
In other words, now is the time for me to prove my innocence. That's not a problem, of course. The true reason behind my intentions is that Amphorius holds special significance. For some memo keepers of the garden with extremist views, it is a perfect example.
Perfect example.
A world that can only be seen through the garden's mirror means that memo keepers have the right to keep the world in their private collection. If those pathstriders of remembrance were to uncover the secrets of Amphorius first, they might unleash their wild ambitions and remodel more worlds into a similar form.
Hmm. So the reason you did everything you could to convince the Express to come to this star zone is just to uncover the secrets and foil the plans of these people?
I chose to remain quiet before because I did not want to involve you in the garden's internal conflicts.
Remodeling a world is no easy feat. These extremists likely aren't just simple pathstriders. Do they wield the powers of emanators?
You can be even bolder with your guesses. The people that I'm talking about, they aren't just individuals. They are an organization that has already attached itself to the pinky finger of Fu Li.
Could they be the ones who hijacked March 7th's memories?
I cannot be certain, but at the very least, they are capable of doing so. I am deeply sorry about what has happened to March 7th, but the deal that I propose still remains a fair one. Amphorius is still an excellent destination, and investigating further might allow us to uncover the truth behind the accident. Miss Himiko, the wisest choice right now is for us to continue cooperating.
What's wrong?
Let me take back a part of what I said just now, Miss Himiko. Although we indeed struck a deal, it seems like I have involved you in some unforeseen danger. Please accept my deepest apologies.
Has something changed?
It's Fu Li. Their gaze has just swept across Amphorius.
Oh, Herda!
Interesting.
Oh boy, the
This is a
sass.
big part.
I never expected a mere memo snatcher to be actually hiding so much inside her head. What's even more interesting is that the word Amphorius has appeared in her subconscious.
This lady. Is she usually like this?
I love seeing Sunday get confused by all the weird people that we know.
I'm sure it's only going to happen more often.
Oh yeah.
To explain.
What are you two whispering about? Has it not occurred to you that I can hear everything clearly?
Please pardon me, Madam Herta. Would you mind sharing with us what you've discovered?
The ones who need help are the Astral Express. You will have to put up with my methods, even if they are rather unconventional. Let's get back to the topic. By using the fourth mirror, I rummaged through the brain of this memo snatcher and learned a good deal. Not only does this person know of Amphorius, but there are also many memo keepers who are interested in the place. I searched through her consciousness and found the following terms: the Eternal Land, the Rejected Land, and the private collection of the Garden of Recollection.
It seems like Miss Black Swan is indeed hiding some things from us.
Since I'm not able to find any useful clues from the outside, why don't I personally visit this mysterious Amphorius?
Mm.
You're planning to head to Amphorius yourself?
Oh boy. Well, you know what? Maybe they had to get Anaxa out of the picture so that he couldn't steal the limelight from her.
Yes, but not in the flesh like you all foolishly did. See these Herda mirrors? With them, I can project my data spirit entity to any corner
You also have a lot of puppets and stuff, so.
without even needing to leave my room. But of course, these corners of the cosmos must be within the coverage zone of inter-astral peace communications. After all, this is collaborative technology.
I see. You do seem like the more indoor type.
Sunday! Stop talking!
Although that star zone is not within the network of the IPC, the Express itself can serve as a signal station. Come, give me the astral chart coordinates. Then, sit back and enjoy the show.
Oh my. Welt shares the Astral Express's coordinates with the Herda. Oh no.
Alright, now that everything is ready, mirrors, get to work.
Look at the boys! Look at them!
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Hold on. I just heard myself through your mic. Hold on. I have to take a
I got
picture.
the volume turned up a bit more so I can hear the stream audio.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so quiet today. Hold on.
They're very cute.
I love that. Anyway.
First mirror, input the coordinates. You'll be in charge of the spatial warp.
As you command, Madam Herda. The preparations are complete. I wish you a pleasant journey ahead.
Second mirror, prepare for the thought refraction. There's still some distance from the Astral Express to the Amphoria's celestial body. You're in charge of sending me over. This time, raise the power to the maximum. Don't be stingy.
Oh, okay. I won't fail the mission, Madam Herda.
Third mirror,
The
you're
door's opening.
generating the data spirit entity.
I'm happy to help, Madam Herda. What kind of appearance are you planning to use this time?
Good question. Let me think. Forget it. Just use my own appearance. There's no one there that'll recognize me anyway.
I was about to be like, is she about to become another character? Please. I don't get to talk to Fourth Mirror?
You'll be in charge of... It seems like I have nothing for you. Just stand by and wait for orders.
Ah, standing by again. That's so boring. Next time, can you count down from 4 instead?
Wait. Oh, return to the first mirror. Okay.
Preparation of the data spirit entity complete. Thought refraction at max power. Excellent. The first mirror. Let's get going.
So is it just going to be her going in, or are the boys going in?
Have a safe trip, Madam Herta.
Oh, just her.
Yield good results.
I think for the moment it's just her.
Coordinates input complete. Preparing to activate spatial warp. Destination: unknown celestial body. Amphorius. Spatial warp countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh boy.
Prepare yourself.
Oh boy.
Oh! So that's Amphorius? Its appearance is, well, sure is unique. Second mirror. Prepare for thought refraction. It's time to send me in.
Alright, please read the safety protocols carefully.
Can't you hurry up?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh boy.
I didn't expect it to be so turbulent.
should have asked the second mirror to use slightly less power.
What is happening? Oh boy!
What a magnificent sight! Is this the entrance to Amphorius?
No, you're underneath it. Also, none of these are lit up.
Let's see. Perhaps I'll be able to find a way in. What's this? A statue? It's ugly. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Oh, I finally found your traces. How esteemed must you be for the great Herda to come out personally? When we return, get ready to become free labor for the simulated universe for the rest of your lives.
Wow.
I know.
He is so tall. What in the world?
What's this? How creepy. Moves? Who are you trying to scare? It's either a projection or a fake. There doesn't seem to be much to take note of. Now then, how am I going to get
Don't
into
know.
Amphorius?
No. Wait. Okay, I'm so confused. My brain just was like, huh, what if she just comes in with the core flame of reason? Like, she just yoinks it, but, like, she didn't complete a trial. Is she gonna end up in an Axis body? Except his body's gone. Gosh, there's so many things that could happen here.
My deepest
Oh!
apologies, esteemed lady. I'm afraid that you cannot proceed further.
Oh.
Yep.
Why was this actually one of the things I thought? Like, I was like, wait, Lygus is gonna show up some point during this ending.
Who's there?
Oh, he's not a minor player, that's for sure.
Oh.
Calculations is a pleasant surprise. It's a pity that the preparations are not yet in place to receive you with the hospitality that someone of your status deserves.
Are you not going to answer my question? Who are you?
I have many identities.
Huh?
I'm going to have even more in the future. But if you just need a form of address, you can
What do you mean you have a lot? What do you mean?
Lycurgus. Lygus.
All right, Lygus. But you can't possibly think that I'm just asking for a name, can you?
Regrettably, I do not have the authority to share more information. However, standards are always flexible. While not violating the ultimate agreement, I'm able to disclose.
Is he actually a memo keeper?
As you thought,
He's something.
this is the entrance to Amphorius. Now, please, kindly turn back. Amphorius is not a world that you should be involved with, regardless of what kind of magnificent achievements you have accomplished. This place will not open its doors so easily.
You seem to understand me very well. Then you should know that I have no reason to listen to you.
Your reaction is completely within my calculations. Despite my long years as a watcher, it seems like my assessment of human nature still remains accurate. From you, I'm able to sense a beautiful desire for knowledge. But my answer remains unchanged. Madam, it is with the utmost goodwill that I suggest you return to where you came from.
Let's assume for a second that I'm not so well-mannered. and that I insist on uncovering the secrets hidden behind you, Mr. Lygus. How do you plan to dispel this notion of mine?
Within the scope of the ultimate agreement, there are 178,244 logic chains at my disposal to convince you. After filtering through them, I have determined that I only require 3 to attain the results that I desire.
Oh? I'm all ears.
First, for reasons that cannot be disclosed, Amphorius is a completely isolated celestial body. Apart from me, no one else will be able to help you enter.
Wait, so he let us in? Like, he let Dan Hong and the Trailblazer in the first place?
That's not a good argument.
Possibly.
That's not a good argument.
Second, if your plan is, as you've alluded to previously, to force me into cooperating by showing hostility, do know that, just like you, I have basked in the gaze of the erudition. I stake my honor and assure you that in the worst case scenario, our mutual destruction will be inevitable.
So he is an emanator of the erudition?
Oh,
I think so.
no wonder I couldn't find a back door. When I did a scan of our surroundings, the safety protocols on you are comparable to Screwy's. How interesting.
I assume that you still wish to hear the third logic chain.
She's like, duh.
Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Third, even if you exhaust all your means and find a way to break through, you will surely give up once you understand the consequences of your actions. After all, throughout your long life, as much as you'd hate to admit, your conscience has played a crucial role.
What a brazen robot. You think that you can actually understand me through your paltry calculations? But since you put it that way, why don't you tell me what these consequences will be?
It concerns the third path that is entangled with Amphorius. A path that you and your friends still very much lack understanding of. The destruction.
I knew it.
So, if you ignore my warnings and persist in your ways, you will break the shackles of a Lord Ravager. And
What?
when that happens, their fury will engulf the cosmos.
Uh.
But answer me this, Lygus. Are you aware that there is another emanator on Amphorius that we now know of?
Yeah.
Because she is clearly here as well. And I don't
Yeah.
know if you let her in. And
I'm
she's
gonna
also taken out
assume
of
that
that
he did
uniform.
not. I am gonna assume he did not let her in, but it's still possible that he did, I suppose.
Yeah. We don't know enough yet.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Why do they always pack so much in at the very end? That's like crazy. I really wanted to see her get yeeted back into her spaceship and be like, I was denied entry, and then Welt and Sunday scared, backing away, like, no, sorry. Wow. Dang.
I do
Mem
think
calling
he
me out.
has failed in convincing her to not
Oh,
keep interest, though,
absolutely.
because I
No,
feel
no.
like
When
just
she's
like you
got her
said,
mind set on something, like,
yeah.
she does not care who tells her not to do something. She's gonna figure out a way to do it.
Yeah.
Mem saying, I look tired and asking me if I'm sick. Like, dude, it's just really windy where I am. And I didn't sleep last night. Monday always feels like it's draining the life out of me. You know what? Yeah. It's been a rough day. If you pet something fluffy, it'll help you feel lighter. That's what people say. Want to give it a try? Well, I mean, I can't pet you through the screen, sadly, so.
Well, congrats. You have
Yeah.
finished the 3.2.
Who is the
all that
other
stuff at
star
the
we
end.
got? Wait, I got a notification that I got another star, but I only see Hyacinth, which is the one I didn't read yet. Curious. Hold on. Let's read it and see if maybe another one pops up after.
There might be. Yeah.
In the courtyard. On the leaves, the rustling wind plays a melody as the girl looks over this courtyard, petite, and exhales, gently dispersing the palm-held blessings. The entire yard is lit softly like a dandelion bathed in sunlight.
Is this courtyard a tad too small?
It's okay, Clementine. As long as it provides warmth plenty.
The girl makes the courtyard tidy, and in the Evernight lands outside the holy city, there is now a light curing souls' maladies. The girl's skills can bring forth miracles, but today she welcomes a patient quite special.
Welcome to the Twilight Courtyard. How can I help you?
The gravely patient shakes their head.
The end times are coming, and we all wander more and more. Oh, you may heal our wounds, but you cannot cure despair.
The girl watches the patient leave, and her heart swells in sorrow.
Clementine, prepare some things of me. I want this place to be brighter tomorrow.
Is Clementine the little pony on her belt?
I think so.
The red-head child takes the girl's hands.
Long time no see, Hyacinth. Are you here in Akama for a visit, or do you need help from us?
The girl recounts her needs. I almost dropped
I
some.
want some shining things, even if they're considered junk.
Multicolored paper bags, crystal clear glass, cottons variously dyed, and jingling wind chimes. The girl brings them back to the courtyard and spares no effort to decorate all around. And when some fireflies wander in, the girl is all smiles.
Little ones, thank you for your light.
The patient returns here and opens their eyes wide. Multicolored dreams on the rooftop now reside, and the lawns contain the sweet whispers of sunlight. The soft breeze passes with no hint of cold, only serving to wake the playful chimes and ocarinas of delight.
Wow, there's light everywhere. What a warm place.
The news is soon spread by the grove, and people with empty hearts visit in droves. The girl prepares candies and tea and listens to every visitor's complaints. People say there was once a star called the sun in the sky, but now that star is no longer there. People say that Akala took away the world's light, but they still left behind a heart bright to illuminate this happy dream in the night. Like the blizzards in the month of mourning, doth calamity fall, burying warmth and dawn's calls. Orderless tides swallow up the grove of reason, and then that tiny healing haven is also extinguished, broken and barren. When the girl far from home hears of such grave news, the wind brings her to a moment of confusion. but also evaporates the tears that briefly sparkle into being, and the girl still smiles, bright and happy. Soon the people of Akama see once again the girl collecting more pieces and tokens, wanting to rebuild that pure haven. But she never realized that wherever she stood, she herself was that holy courtyard, that light-filled haven. She's so cute. Hyacinthia. Complete. Flame Chaser's path has been lit. Wow. Everyone's stories are so deep. I can't keep up. Do you understand them? What is a god exactly? Wait. I didn't know that these... Hold on. Do these words actually mean two different things? I need to know. I don't think I've ever thought of that before. Where is my... Oh my goodness, where is my dictionary app? There we go. Omnipotent. Ah, infinite in power. Unlimited authority. Because omniscient just means you know everything. So that's not all-encompassing. Wait, that can't be right. If that's true, then why are there so many strange gods? If there was a god who ensures Mem never loses her fur, would that be considered omnipotent too? No. And it's because all of those gods are not real gods. As we've literally seen proven by this story, they're quite literally just people given a lot of power. But still, I don't quite get it. So let me ask in another way. There must be a difference between gods and us, right? Otherwise, why would anyone ever want to become a god? To avoid being controlled. Controlled? Could it be that we're already... if it's because I was controlled that I met dots, then I suppose I wouldn't mind being controlled. As I keep asking, I only get more and more confused. Maybe I'll wait until I've grown a little more before discussing these things with you. Yeah, you're just a little baby. All right, right story. What is it? Oh, it's because I had to put the star in. Oh my goodness, there's a lot. Okay. Why are there so many?
They do multiple for each character.
Yeah, I know, but there's just... I wasn't expecting 5 more. Start with Aglaya. Elegy of Beauty and Ugliness. In the past, when strife swallowed the earth and schemes disrupted the hearts of friends, the maiden who was yet a weaver was wrapped in a cocoon most grand, untouched by the storms sweeping through the land. She spent her youth in a palace of romance, surrounded by treasures, with even maids beautiful beyond belief, often bathing in the praise and admiration of wealthy nobles. Till warfare set the threads aflame, and the devoutly praying priest was slaughtered before the altar. The family adorned by all perished before their courtyards, and the blood of her maidservants dyed her golden mantle red. The golden threads covering her eyes snapped, and the concealed truth finally appeared firsthand.
Before a strong wind, a weak nobility cannot stand.
In the long, endless war, the Goldweaver's family was shattered by the sword, and the legacy of romance became a tragedy. She had a broken mansion and an empty house. The nobles who once loved her, none now willing to help her. All the romance, talent, peerage, and beauty, what use are they in disaster? As she closes her eyes in melancholy, the maidservant pushed a broken loom to her.
Would you like to pick up the shuttle again and weave for me?
The young miss wanted to laugh, but could only respond with shock, for the maid's face was now covered in scars as she fought to protect her mistress's safety.
I can no
And yet when she heard this, the desire to weave overcame her fears. Therefore, in the broken shadows of a house, the loom of romance moved once more. The garments were exchanged for copious gold, buying back her renown of old. Yet beside this mistress, most noble, there was always a blind maid in tow, dressed in luxuries unfitting. As the weaver attended banquets, the praises of her youth returned.
Majestic lady must be Nestia in the flesh.
But harsh words also joined.
Produced by a maidservant, so unsightly.
Maidservant apologized in embarrassment, lowering her head.
Mistress, I have brought you shame.
Yet her mistress brought her to the middle of the ball, having her garbed in the latest dress as the model. She now knew that the praises and ridicule were both untrue, and that romance cared not for beauty of the face. The golden thread of gods exists only within. She is no longer that helpless girl. She already carries the god's authority and walks the hero's route, but she cannot hold back the calamity of strife. The unsightly maidservant blocked the dagger aimed at the mistress's soul, and blood once again dyed red something she wove. That was the last time in her life the maid's face she clearly beheld. When sewing the death shroud, she could not control how her fingers shook, often pricked by the needle sharp and acute. Thus that pristine white cloth wept with tears of blood and gloom. And when the day of the funeral came, she saw the commoners' endless graves, and the nobles dressed in silk, frolicking in the groves, and sadness overwhelmed her in droves. Is this the destiny unleashed for the act of chasing God's core flames? She kneels before the divine statues and prays to Nestia of romance, to look at these garments soaked in blood from the flames of war.
Why are those that appear so fair in fact ugly in truth? Why do faces unsightly contain souls cut from noble cloth? Why can the blind see the light? And why do those with eyes only see night?
Wow. I like that last line a lot. I almost said the dying god. The dying god remains silent.
If you no longer have the power to see, then with my destiny,
She grasps the burning core flame.
exchange for eyes that can see everything.
Warm liquid flows from her eyes. Something doesn't let me finish because I clicked twice on accident. That's fine. I am curious though. So I had been saying that like the inverted cards are suspicious to me. And I mean now obviously Anaxa just kind of dipped. I'm trying to remember who else had an inverted card. I don't think that Cypher's, I don't think, is technically inverted, even though she is upside down. I just think she goofy like that, but yeah. Expose the divine.
Do not make him your enemy, even though he may seem frail and weak.
When a valiant warrior from afar assaulted the grove, he shattered their strength with only his eyes and pointing stick. He sent them running, pride cut to the quick.
He may seem cold and unkind, but he sees through human emotions with just a peek.
A student was troubled by love's trials and aches. With one sentence he guided them away from heartbreak, letting destiny's strands weave a path to love and happiness's shape. He's a matchmaker.
Science and human wisdom knows no bounds. Both martial prowess and emotions are knowledge that can be found.
He firmly believes that all things can be deciphered, bared to those who peek. Those that cannot be solved are not mysteries infinite, but only questions waiting to be answered, not obstacles bleak. For those who only protect themselves, the world cannot see their intentions. In sorrowful parting hours, the scholar refuses trifle matters. Isolated in a corner of his library, he fiddles with the instruments of crafters. Colleagues suspect him of creating new blasphemies, while students believe him to be making new miracles of mastery. The curious ones gaze through the window, behold, seeing a small wooden bird on the table, wobbling in comfort, swaying in the scholar's hand, an endearing cohort. I ask him, seeking his motive for his effort, but the scholar, usually so quick to retort, refuses to answer, seemingly coming up short. Creatures that through his hands pass all change their functions, invoking wonder peerless. He once removed his hat, as others witnessed, then walked on the hat over water with success. They also saw him light a flare, fearless, instead creating chilling cold air not so harmless. That bird was once a toy, and now his messenger, or perhaps still a toy. That is the magic trick of his success, and one of his teachings that he will profess.
Nothing in this world is ever born fixed.
The far-seeing must be far in thought. His teachings are like prophetic delight, yet he opposes prophecies with all his might. Is a time he refrains from looking back on, traveling all lands, chasing prophecies, trying to prove the priest's words were not unchangeable foresight. Countless times he exhausted his crafty sleights, wanting to rescue the doomed and resurrect wights, wanting to shame the prophesied heroes of magic and might, wanting to sway promised villains to a course more upright. Perhaps fate could not guess his goals, but it could trample over his plans overnight. At the end, all his challenges flicker out, but he persists still in endless plight. His ambitions are too lofty, and so failure follows him never too softly. Through moments of defeat felt increasingly common, the scholar learned one thing he has never forgotten. Respond to defeat with a smile haughty. Not from optimism, nor from a defeat of the heart.
Think this misfortune's severity.
The laughter oozes with self-mockery, but also full of a different emotion.
If this road is easy to walk, then future generations will not praise my name in piety,
says his ambition. Anaxagoras complete. We've got the cat, the cat, and the dragon left. I don't know which one I want to do next. Because Cypher would mean starting another set. Oh. There's words in the background. Distant leanings, response, conclusion, deceit, flame chase, poems, commemoration. Something speed? Huh. Click the cat. Lying Cat's Travelogue. A thief tells a few stories.
The first story is titled The Golden Apple. It doesn't have to go to the fairest.
That city is named Paphos, where the golden light of Nestia shines. The golden apple tree sits in the city's middle. Only the fairest can pluck its apples. The beauty pageant begins on time as the fair ones stretch their supple arms, trying to pluck the fruits above their heads, yet every time the apples come within reach, a breeze blows the fruit away without a trace. The audience in displeasure disbands, with only one girl left standing there, her features bland. Yet to her surprise she finds her arms full of golden fruits, a harvest grand.
The second story is titled Trying to Argue? Don't trick yourself, please.
That city is named Adelia. where Circe's roots very deep and wide. The sophist scholar holds a tortoise aloft, but his theory is common sense bereft.
Even the best athlete could never catch up to this turtle.
None can overturn him in arguments, and he obtains the champion's crown in merriment. Yet as he is about to leave, a wind blows the tortoise in front of him, and behold, his paradox becomes truth. To catch up to the turtle, an entire day and night he spends.
The third story I will tell is titled, A Competition in Trickery. Who do you think is the Grandmaster?
That city's named Dolos, where even Zagreus was once tricked. The king promises to reward the perfect lie, wishing to recreate the deceit of the Titan, his grand feat.
I think the world is a gourd. In truth, we are all already dead.
The liars take their turns in the challenge, but no one pleases the king. Also, both of those lies, like, are you even trying? With a gust of wind, the girl emerges before the king's face, and when she leaves, she already has the king's promised gold in a pouch. The others are curious as to what lies she raised.
Only tell lies. And I am Zagreus.
See, that one was good.
The fourth story is called You Like Money. Good. But you must pay the price.
That city is called Mythemis, where the sea breeze intoxicates the people with delight. A wealthy penny pincher prays to the Titan. Oh boy. Midas, no. With the breeze, the rock in his hand turns to gold, but his joy is fleeting to behold, for with one embrace his wife turns into coins scattered on the soil. He howls at Fagusa to retract the blessing, but sees a girl in hood in passing. The girl laughs hilariously, holding his hand in hers.
Go back and check your vault. Some gold may be missing. But your beloved is right there, waiting. Cyphera, you took another long journey.
And we want to hear your fun stories!
The girl with the hood dangles her feet in the bath as two coins dance and fly between her fingers.
Basically, I visited 4 places, tricked them to my heart's content, and came back fully rewarded.
She's got paw pads on the bottom of her shoes. I think most of the cat characters in Hoyo games do.
Yeah.
The girl pauses.
So cool.
Yeah. The girl pauses her words and looks out the window as the light above the Titan's shoulder casts her right cheek aglow.
Dawn will never cease, and the thief star wanders in foreign lands. How would you know that I am not lying right now?
We can't. And that is why we're just not going to trust you. It's fine. Alright. Yes. With a heart unwithered. To the dead, when she bids farewell, she casts the slate into the fire, an act futile. I have heard of lands with such customs. Or I've never heard of lands with such customs. At this time, something drizzles down the slate full of colors, seemingly tears for the reaper of chills. It turns out the slate is inscribed with poems, and every phrase is diligently colored with skill.
Before people pass away, I write down these poems.
That is the limit of the girl's answer, and she only responds with silence for requests to read these poems. As time goes, she finally opens her petal-veiled heart, and the reason behind her reluctance to show her work is finally clear.
Poems are still too green. Not worthy to be art.
It stems from the girl's shame and discomfort. It seems the girl once also loved to imagine with effort, and many wild tales were written on her part. A misunderstanding was what made her cease this art. It was a pair of arch enemies who gained fame in the war. One of them burst into laughter after reading the girl's poetic words.
I clearly wish to kill and tear each other apart. But in your eyes, you think we are close, unable to part.
She did not write poetry as a pastime. It is said that she left great works under hundreds of names. In different times, she even criticized her previous beliefs, making her identity even harder to assume. I still found her weakness. After many twists and turns, no matter how fickle her thoughts, she never lost faith in those words regarding the value of fragile mortal lives. She is heartbreaking and enchanting. She is the fingertips of death and the ghost of love and poetry. However, those poems have brought her many complaints. The poems that her hands composed all lack an ending of any kind, and the Maid of Death has no desire to continue them.
This is truly difficult to write.
The girl excuses herself.
My duty is to lead the living to the end. I cannot think of a fitting end for a poem to the dead.
Such is the epitome of lies. One who's grown used to death remains inexperienced with farewells. Therefore, I extend her an invitation. In this story belonging to herself, she can leave an ending reserved only for her.
What she brings is not only death.
She thus replied when we first met, and when we meet once again for the last time, she again deliberates over this closing statement.
Apart from death, there is something else that is worth remembering.
That is the journey she walked. Bye, baby. I'm gonna miss her. Alright, Mighty. What you got for us? What you doing? Ascension of the Lone Godslayer.
To die for glory is not eternal sleep.
This is a lie all Castrum Kremnos keeps.
The world after death is superior to reality and basks in light.
But such vague poems the Crown Prince would not easily believe.
Cowards who dare not to look death in the eye.
He declared thus on the day he returned from the stream of souls.
Longing for a martyr's heaven and reciting self-deceiving stories.
His words are sacrilege incarnate, more arrogant than his blood and family.
True warriors should treat that paradise with spite.
Many followers thus stop, no longer following his steps, for they feel this young man's words compared to poems are even more absurd. A body immortal equals not perfection. The man braved dangers endless, simply to seek his weakness. In his greener days, with more amateur skills, in crises where death denied him even after kills, he learned why curse is a synonym for blessing, for he saw that visage of terror at life's closing. The man seems unmoved when this past is mentioned. Having braved death 9 times, he who was once lacking now excels above everyone else, still rising. Yet, when asked if he's still as ticklish as he was when he was a child, he does not answer. It is a wild tale he won't care to opine. It's said that Castrum Kremnos has secrets divine, through which the king's power has passed to one-man army by strength in their bloodline.
Therefore, a traitor who does not inherit the throne is a king most infirm.
As the protagonist hears these words, he refutes not, but openly responds.
These are not rumors unfound. But will they matter if my deeds eclipse those of all other kings, achieving glory beyond?
Never turning back in war, he seizes all our glory.
That rumor in the war camp of fury often casts a shadow on the man's heart, indestructible and fiery. When campaigns become mired in terror, he sends his army to places safe and secure, yet alone he goes to fight, knowing death can touch him ne'er. The Crimno and detachment who follow him in livery all die in bed, devoid of glory. They have their share of grudges among death, but the man has no regret, none necessary.
Your glory lies not in death, but in my hands.
The dust settles and strife calms, the deathly quiet covers his father's realm, and the man alone returns home. A question seems to astound from the shadows of the past around.
Did you already walk that flame-chasing road, O king?
Atop the throne, the man mutters alone.
There's nothing else worthy of the hunt, for I am the blazing fire at the journey's end.
As it has been foretold, he killed the king to become a king, and killed the god to become a god. His eternal destiny is to be crowned in blood. Wow. Complete. He is literally one tick away from finished.
Mm-hmm.
Multiple characters are actually. Aglaya as well, and Tribios. Interesting. And we've got some that we... So, Fagusa, Talantin. I don't actually know which one this is, or this one.
I think that one's Ornyx.
Ah, yeah, because it looks like an hourglass. Okay, so then what about the... What about the other one?
I don't know which one that is. We'd have to go back to the fountain. I'm trying to remember. Who else do we not have someone for?
Ma'am! Her embrace was just as warm as anyone else's. I mean, just don't die. It's fine. Don't say that. Even though every story has an ending, I still wish everything could start over again. No! Don't say that. We're gonna get stuck in a samsara. I don't want to be stuck. It's Ratio rerunning right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The professors.
It might be Giorios, the Stone Titan.
Yeah, you're right. That it's gotta be. Because we don't know that one yet.
And I don't know Talantin. I don't know Giorios.
Mm-hmm. I forget that this one actually does show the thingy.
The ones that I had questions about.
As you sit down, the light of stars begins to ripple over you. The waves shine and the air seems to resonate with echoes. The Netherrealm, truly a sea of flowers. You think of Casterus, daughter of the River of Souls. When you first arrived in Akama, she almost led you into her gentle flower-filled realm, until your skin touched hers and you realized her embrace wouldn't bring you death after all. Perhaps knowing that her touch would one day return to nihility. Perhaps knowing that her touch would one day return to nihility, she clung to leaving proof of her existence, poems, dolls, flowers, as if packing memories into a satchel for a journey that was destined to lose it all. Before you set off for the Netherrealm, she embraced you, but no one but you could bear this parting. Even now, you can still hear her soft whispers in your ear and the faint scent of flowers lingering in the air. I wonder when we'll meet again. It's just so sad. Just leave Cass standing here, actually. Her idols are not super loud. At least as far as I remember. I can't remember if they actually just, like, talk randomly outside of an idol. Dragon! See, we pet the dragon at the end of the stream. Perfect. Thank you, Cass. But alright. Huh?
Just saying, we love the dragon.
Yes. Eagle boy. Oh, my eagle boy. But yes, this, alas, is where we will end. That was a crazy quest. And all that stuff at the end, oh my gosh. That was crazy. But I'm glad we got to do it together with all of you guys. Twas a good time. I know that I had talked about in a previous stream planning, or previous stream / video when this goes up on YouTube, but was planning on streaming the Genshin stuff right away, but I think for my own sake, I'm going to take a break and probably tackle the Genshin stuff next week. Especially because it is possible we get a Venti voice a little delayed in the patch. So, we'll see. Here's to hoping that the boy is voiced, and then that may make me do the English version rather than the Japanese. But if not, we will play it in the Japanese. She just did the same idol twice within like a few seconds of each other. Interesting.
I will give a report soon as to who is voiced.
Gotcha. Alright. Well, thank you everyone who watched and chatted. I appreciated having you here. I hope you enjoyed the stream as much as I did. I hope to see you again on future streams or future videos. But in the meantime, have a good rest of your day, night, whatever time it is for you. God bless, and bye-bye.